Good morning, boys and girls. This week we're going to be reading a poem called Your World by Georgia Douglas Johnson. Georgia Douglas Johnson was a poet of the Harlem Renaissance, a time of great creativity among African American artists. You're going to be learning about that a little more in social studies, so I thought I'd give you a preview of that. The Harlem Renaissance was a time of development in the Harlem neighborhood of New York City as a Black cultural mecca in the early 20th century and the subsequent social and artistic explosion that occurred. It was from the 1910s through the mid-1930s, and it's a golden age in African American culture where we had more literature, art, music, stage performances. And so this poem is by Georgia Douglas Johnson, Your World. Your world is as big as you make it. You know, for I used to abide in the narrowest nest in a corner, my wings pressing close to my side. But I sighted the distant horizon where the skyline encircled the sea, and I throbbed with a burning desire to travel this immensity. I battered the corndons around me, not corn dogs, corndons around me, and cradled my wings on the breeze, then soared to the uttermost reaches with rapture, with power, with ease. Now, who do you think the narrator is of this story? Yes, it's a bird. There's a picture of a bird, and it's saying, flap my wings from there. There's a lot of vocabulary in here, so I wanted to try and show you a little vocabulary from here. So if you take the first stanza, remember we have 3 stanzas here, 1, 2, and 3, and then we have 12 lines that I counted. Do we have a rhyme scheme? It, abide, corner, side? No rhyme scheme. So this would make it a, yes, free verse poem. So let's take a look at the first stanza. Your world is as big as you make it. I know, for I used to abide. Do you know what abide means? Abide in the corner? Yes, it means to stay. So he's to stay in the corner of his nest, wings by his side. So how do you think the bird felt? Yeah, I think so too. He was scared to go out. He didn't want to leave his nest. He was too scared to go out. So abide means to stay. But look at this next stanza. Ooh, this fun tools. But I sighted the distant horizon. Remember, horizon is like the skyline, where the sky and the earth meet. So he looks out there, where the skyline encircled the sea. Like to encircle, like to surround. Like you just saw it all surrounding from there. Great imagery in here. Then I throbbed with a burning desire. Throbbed is like a pounding, like I just have to do something to travel this immensity, like this large space. He sees all this sky, he or she sees all this sky out there and just has to go out. So how does the bird change in this second stanza? Yeah, he wants to explore. He or she, the bird wants to explore this whole world. He used to be scared, and now he's like, I've just got to get out there. I've got to explore this world. And then when we look at the third stanza, I battered the corndons around me. You know what corndons are? I had to look that one up too. Fences, like the areas that contain the bird, the fences. It's a new word for you today. Cradled my wings on the breeze and soared to the uttermost, like the greatest, uttermost means greatest reaches with rapture. It was just great joy, power, and ease. So what happens in the third verse? Yeah, the bird is excited. He flies out of the nest, and he's just so excited to see this world around him. He's not afraid anymore like he was in the first stanza to stay in his boat. He was able to just go out there and fly and be free from there. So think about this bird. Do you think it's only a bird? Yes, it can be a metaphor for a person. Remember, a metaphor compares 2 things. So this author, Miss Johnson, is comparing the bird to a person. like a person who is scared at first to try something new, like maybe online learning. They're a little scared. And then they see this whole world out there and they're turning to more confident. They want to go out. They want to explore this world. So it's not just about a bird. It's about a person coming out of their comfort zone and trying something new. So what do you think? That's what it says down here, metaphor. How could the bird be compared to a person? Discuss that with your family. So what do you think the theme of this story is? Yeah, I think so too. It could also be to learn to have confidence in yourself so you can follow your dreams. Don't let being scared hide you from what you want to do. Think about what you could gain and the freedom and what would be really cool to be able to go do something new. So I know this poem had a lot of vocabulary. We kind of talked through some of the words. And remember, cordons is fences, kind of interesting. You know, those would be like the fences as a person, like the things that are blocking them, like their fear, blocking them from doing something. So I hope you like this poem and learn a little bit more about the Harlem Renaissance this week, which is great music and stories and art. It's a wonderful time in our history. So read the poem and take the quiz tomorrow. Remember, your quiz looks like this. And when you go down, all you have to do is hit submit one time, and then the score will come to your teachers. We'll grade it, and then we'll give you your feedback on Canvas. Okay? So I love this poem. I hope you liked it as much as I did. Have a wonderful day. Bye.